Hey guys, so I apologize greatly that it's taking me this long to get an update to you on my Invisalign, but I wanted to quickly do it because the last time I was online I was really discouraged because of the attachments, and once you kind of get over that initial it's really not so bad and you totally get used to it. And sometimes most of the time people don't even see it, and I have a lot, if you'll remember, but from a normal distance and when you're speaking kind of regularly, it's really not that noticeable. And I'm actually really happy with the progress I have so far. I'm on tray 14, so it's been a long time since I got my first attachments. But if you are where I was when you just got the attachments and you're feeling really down and you're just kind of like, why did I do this? Don't worry, it gets better. You'll get through it. It's not a big deal. You'll kind of feel a little ridiculous, I think, when you kind of like, you know, no need to be so vain about it, I guess. So, just wanted to touch base with you about the attachments. Not a big deal. You'll totally get used to it. And secondly, I went to the dentist for like a standard cleaning, and she kind of sold me on the idea of getting a Sonicare toothbrush. It's a huge investment for a toothbrush. I mean, you can get a toothbrush for like $3, and this one was, I think, $125 with a $20 rebate, but I still haven't gotten that back, and it's been like 6 weeks. So I would suggest, if you're doing the Invisalign, get the Sonicare, or if you have traditional braces, I would recommend getting the Sonicare because it cleans like no other. It is so awesome. And it's just an electronic toothbrush, but it really gets in there, and I'll go and floss and I'll use my Sonicare and stuff will still come out from in between my teeth, and so I'm like, whoa, this thing is crazy. And it's really helpful for keeping your trays clean. I didn't really have a lot of issues with like getting dingy trays or yellowing or weird staining like some other people might have, but all I would do is just run underwater and just kind of brush it with my toothbrush, my manual toothbrush, and that would work. But you'd still see that it gets pretty cloudy by the end of the 2 weeks. With the Sonicare, if you just brush the trays like you would just with the little vibrating feature on, it cleans the trays really well, and it keeps them more clear even throughout the 2 weeks. So I would definitely recommend, if you're going through any kind of orthodontia, to get the Sonicare toothbrush because it's totally worth its weight in gold. And the dental hygienist who kind of sold me on the idea had Invisalign, and she said the same thing. I was like, I don't know how I'd feel if I'd feel that way about a toothbrush, but trust me, it's really awesome. So I don't think I have any other updates other than that. I have been getting a little lazy with the cleaning like 3 or 4 times a day. I still brush 3 times a day at least, but there's some times when I just want a snack and I'm like, whatever, and I'll eat it really quick and I'll put my trays back in. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I have drank with the trays on. I know that was a question, like alcohol, or sodas and things like that. I would only drink alcohol if it's clear or like a light beer with the trays in, and I would never go to sleep without brushing them and my teeth before bed, because I have gone out for like embarrassingly like 4 or 5 hours and having drinks with my trays in. But if it's clear or if it's like light beer or something like that, it's not that big of a deal. I would not recommend anything like with dark colas or red wines or anything like that, because those have like the staining power. But I have been doing a little bit of drinking with the trays in, and I haven't noticed a big deal at all, especially when you're brushing the trays 3 times a day. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else I should touch on. I can show you my progress. I finally am starting to see a little bit of movement. It's not as drastic as I would hope, but I did look at my ClinCheck again, and at tray 20, my big problem tooth is going to be fully forward. So I'm so excited to get there. I think I have like 6 more weeks. Or no, 12 more weeks. But anyway, I'll show you really quick. Don't mind me. It's still gross to me that you have like a drool chain. So this is an update. This one used to be twisted a lot more, and it's coming, it's rotating really well. This one used to be even further set back. It's still back there, but it's not as far back. So one thing I have noticed, and I wanted to touch on this, is you'll start to see, especially on the bottom, these little black triangles. And at first you're like, ew, what's in my teeth? But if you look closely, they're just little holes, and that's because there's just so much movement. And I'm not supposed to get any IPR done, but they will contour the shape of your tooth to kind of address that towards the end if you want. I spoke to my orthodontist about it the last time I was in there to get this lot of trays. So I have noticed my gums are really healthy and my teeth are really a lot whiter. They're still not like Hollywood white, but because you're brushing and flossing so often, you know, it really makes a true difference in your hygiene. And my dental hygienist just was in love, because when she went to go and floss, and then they kind of do that thing where they stick the tool in, they see if it's a 1, 2, or 3. All of them were really healthy. So that's the progress I have for now. I also wanted to let you know there is a blog by Real Self. They have a whole Invisalign section, and you can find tons and tons of reviews with pictures, and it's just a blog for all of these Invisaligners. So I am keeping updates more frequently on that, just because it's a lot easier, because you don't need to film anything, and you can show your progress pictures and stuff, and it really helped me in deciding whether or not to go through with the Invisalign. So I will link that below just in case you want to check that out. There's a whole bunch of reviewers on there with a lot of cool tips too, which is where I got the information about drinking being okay. So I would recommend anybody who's either on the fence or going through this journey as well to check them out there, because it's really helpful, and there's a real sense of community with all the Invisaligners. So I'll be in touch with you probably at tray 20, because I'll be so excited. And again, I'm really sorry that it's taken me this long, and I promise to be better. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.